There's a pipe buried under a backyard in Texas. It costs less than $120 to build. No electricity bill, no compressor, no coolant. And yet, on a scorching summer afternoon, air comes out of that pipe cold enough to feel like a mini air conditioner. No, this is not a myth. And no, it's not some viral internet trick that falls apart when you try it yourself. It's based on something engineers and old farmers have known for centuries. The ground beneath your feet stays cool even when the sun is trying to melt everything above it. Go down just a few feet, and the earth holds a steady, almost constant temperature all year round. Hot summer outside, cool underground. Freezing winter outside, still cool underground. That temperature difference is not just a fun fact. It's free energy, sitting right under your lawn, waiting to be used. And one guy decided to actually use it. He didn't hire a contractor. He didn't install some $5,000 geothermal system. He took a long pipe, buried it underground, and let the earth do the cooling for him. Before we go further, if you're the kind of person who likes learning how ordinary things secretly work, hit that subscribe button now because this channel breaks down ideas like this every single week. Now, back to the pipe. The concept is almost embarrassingly simple. You dig a trench, not too deep, just deep enough to reach the layer of soil that stays cool no matter the season. You lay a long pipe through that trench. One end sticks out from the ground, open to the outside air. The other end runs into the house, or into a room, or even into a small greenhouse. A fan pushes air into the pipe from the hot side. By the time that air travels through the buried section of pipe, something strange happens. It cools down, not because of any machine, not because of any chemical, just because the pipe is surrounded by cool earth, and heat naturally moves from hot to cold. The hot air gives up its heat to the cooler ground as it passes through, and it comes out the other side noticeably cooler than when it went in. This is sometimes called an earth tube, sometimes called a ground-coupled air system. Sometimes people just call it the underground AC pipe. Whatever name you give it, the idea has one job: use the earth as a natural cooling battery. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This isn't some experimental lab idea. Old homes in hot climates have used similar tricks for generations. Persian buildings had underground channels that pulled in cool air long before electricity existed. Traditional homes in the Middle East and South Asia were designed with basements and thick walls, specifically to trap that underground coolness. People didn't have air conditioners, so they used the earth instead. And what's different now is that someone took this ancient idea and shrunk it down into a backyard project that costs less than a fancy dinner for two. A single length of pipe, some digging, a basic fan. That's the entire shopping list. No refrigerant gases, no compressor motor running nonstop, no noisy outdoor unit dripping water in the corner of the yard. Just air moving through the ground, coming out cooler on the other side. And that raises a question that most people never stop to think about. If the earth can cool air for free, why does almost nobody use this? Why do we spend hundreds of dollars every summer running loud machines on our roofs and walls when there's a natural cooling system sitting right beneath our feet the entire time? That question is exactly where this story gets more interesting. Because the answer isn't as simple as it doesn't work. It works. The real story is about why this idea got buried, quite literally, for so long, and what changed to bring it back. To understand why this idea sat quietly in the background for so long, you have to go back to the middle of the last century, when air conditioning as we know it exploded across the world. Once electric AC units became affordable and mass-produced, they were fast, powerful, and required almost no thinking. You flip a switch, cold air blows out, and the house feels comfortable in minutes. Compare that to digging a trench in your backyard and waiting for a fan-powered pipe to slowly cool a room. And it's easy to see why one option won and the other faded into obscurity. Speed sells, convenience sells. And for decades, nobody wanted to dig a hole in their yard when they could just buy a machine instead. But here's the twist nobody talks about enough. Convenience came with a hidden cost, and that cost has been quietly building up every single year since. Electric air conditioners use a lot of power, especially during summer heat waves, when everyone in a neighborhood runs their units at the same time. That spike in demand strains power grids, drives up electricity prices, and in some regions, causes rolling blackouts right when people need cooling the most. On top of that, the compressors inside traditional AC units contain refrigerant chemicals that, if they ever leak, can be far more damaging to the atmosphere than the carbon dioxide from a car. So the fast, convenient option we all chose decades ago has slowly become one of the most expensive and environmentally heavy habits in modern homes. This is exactly why a growing number of homeowners, engineers, and self-taught tinkerers have started looking backward, back to that old underground pipe idea, and asking whether it might solve a very modern problem. And what they're finding is surprisingly encouraging. The underground pipe system doesn't replace a full air conditioner in extreme heat. Nobody is claiming that. But as a way to pre-cool air before it even reaches a room, or as a standalone cooling method in moderately hot climates, It works far better than most people expect. Some builders have used it to keep small greenhouses at a stable temperature. Some have used it to cool a workshop or a garage that would otherwise become unbearable by early afternoon. Others have used it as a supporting system that takes pressure off their main air conditioner, so the AC doesn't have to work as hard, which quietly lowers the electricity bill every month. What makes the $120 version so compelling is not that it's the most powerful cooling method ever built. It's that it proves the core idea works at almost zero cost, using materials most people can find at a local hardware store. A length of PVC or metal ducting pipe, some basic digging tools, a simple inline fan, and a bit of patience. That's genuinely most of what's needed for a small-scale version of this system. No permits for massive geothermal drilling, no specialized HVAC technician, no five-figure installation quote. Just a weekend project that taps into something the Earth has been doing for free since long before humans existed. Of course, there are real limits, and it's worth being honest about them instead of pretending this is magic. The system depends heavily on soil type, moisture levels, and how deep the pipe is buried. Sandy, dry soil doesn't hold or transfer heat as efficiently as denser, moist soil. If the pipe isn't buried deep enough, seasonal surface heat can creep in and reduce the cooling effect. Humidity is another factor, because in very humid climates, moisture inside the pipe can eventually lead to condensation buildup, which means the system needs some kind of drainage or airflow design to avoid mold or dampness over time. None of these are impossible to solve, but they do mean the difference between a system that works beautifully and one that barely makes a difference often comes down to careful planning, rather than just digging a random hole and hoping for the best. This is also why the story of this pipe isn't really about one guy in Texas. It's part of a much bigger shift happening quietly across the world, where people are rediscovering old low-tech solutions and adapting them with modern materials. You can see it in the rise of passive solar home designs, where the position of windows and walls naturally regulates indoor temperature without any electricity at all. You can see it in the return of thick-walled construction methods in hot countries, methods that were abandoned during the rush toward modern lightweight buildings, only to be brought back once people realized how much more stable the indoor temperature stayed. The underground cooling pipe fits into this same pattern, an old idea dismissed as outdated, quietly proving that sometimes the oldest tricks were never actually replaced, just forgotten. And this is where the story becomes personal for a lot of viewers watching right now, because the appeal of this pipe isn't really about saving a small amount on your electricity bill. It's about the feeling of independence it gives you. In a world where energy prices can spike overnight, where power grids strain under extreme weather, and where every summer seems to bring headlines about record-breaking heat, there is something deeply reassuring about a cooling system that needs nothing from the outside world to function. No fuel, no subscription, no dependency on the grid staying stable, just dirt, air, and a pipe, doing what the Earth has always been able to do. That reassurance is exactly why this simple backyard project has quietly caught the attention of homesteaders, off-grid enthusiasts, and even some mainstream homeowners who are simply tired of watching their summer electricity bills climb every single year. It's cheap enough to try without much risk, and even if it only shaves a few degrees off the air entering a room, that's a few degrees your main air conditioner doesn't have to work for, which adds up more than people expect over an entire season. But there's still one more piece of this story that hasn't been addressed yet, and it might be the most important part of all. If this idea is so simple, so cheap, and clearly rooted in real physics rather than internet myth, why isn't it more mainstream already? Why don't more homes have one of these buried in the backyard? The answer involves a mix of building codes, misinformation, and a surprising amount of resistance from an industry that profits enormously from selling people expensive cooling systems every single year. And that part of the story is where things get genuinely interesting. So let's answer that question directly, because it's the one that changes how you look at this whole story. Why isn't this underground pipe idea already sitting in millions of backyards across hot climates? Part of the answer is simply awareness. Most people have never been taught that the ground beneath their feet holds a stable temperature all year round. It's not something covered in school, and it's certainly not something advertised by companies that make their money selling air conditioning units, replacement parts, and yearly maintenance contracts. There's no marketing budget behind a length of pipe and a hole in the ground, so naturally, it never gets the same spotlight as the latest smart thermostat or energy-efficient AC unit with a flashy warranty. Then there's the issue of building codes and local regulations, which vary wildly from one city to another. Some areas have strict rules about digging trenches near a home's foundation, mainly for safety reasons, unrelated to cooling at all, like avoiding damage to utility lines or affecting soil stability near the house. That means what works perfectly in one backyard might require permits, inspections, or extra precautions in another. It's not that the idea doesn't work everywhere, it's that the process of doing it safely and legally isn't as simple as grab a shovel and start digging, even though the physics behind it remain the same no matter where you live. There's also a psychological barrier that's easy to underestimate. People trust what they can see working instantly. Flip a switch, feel cold air, problem solved. An underground pipe system requires patience, a willingness to experiment, and comfort with the idea that the results might be gradual rather than instant. In a world used to instant gratification, a slow, quiet, invisible process happening underground just doesn't have the same emotional payoff as a machine roaring to life and blasting cold air within seconds. Even if the pipe is doing real, measurable work, it doesn't feel as dramatic, and that emotional gap is a huge reason why ideas like this stay niche instead of becoming mainstream. But here's the thing worth sitting with. None of those reasons mean the idea is wrong or ineffective. They just mean it's been overlooked, buried under decades of convenience culture, aggressive marketing, and a lack of basic public knowledge about how much natural cooling potential exists right under our homes. The guy who built this $120 system in Texas didn't invent anything new. He simply noticed what centuries of builders before him already knew, dusted it off, and proved that with modern materials, this old idea can still deliver real results today at a fraction of the cost of anything the modern cooling industry wants to sell you. And that's really the heart of this whole story. It's not just about one clever guy and one clever pipe. It's a reminder that some of the smartest solutions to modern problems were never lost. They were just ignored because they weren't profitable enough for anyone to promote. The Earth has been quietly cooling and heating spaces for as long as humans have been building shelters. We just got distracted by louder, flashier, more expensive alternatives, and slowly forgot that the ground beneath our feet was doing this job long before electricity ever existed. Now, does this mean you should run outside right now and start digging up your entire yard? Not exactly, and that's an important point to end on, honestly. This system works best as a supplement, especially in moderate climates, workshops, greenhouses, and spaces where a few degrees of natural cooling make a real difference without needing to fully replace a modern air conditioner in extreme heat. But even as a supplement, the math is hard to ignore. A small investment, some digging, a basic fan, and potentially years of reduced strain on your main cooling system, all from a concept that costs less than most people spend on a single month of running their AC nonstop during a heat wave. What this story really leaves us with is a bigger question, one that goes beyond just this one pipe. How many other simple, low-cost, almost forgotten solutions are sitting right in front of us, dismissed only because they don't come with a flashy advertisement or a recurring subscription fee? How much of what we consider necessary modern spending is really just the result of convenience culture, convincing us that older, cheaper, more resourceful methods don't work anymore, when in reality they were simply pushed aside? That question applies far beyond cooling systems. It applies to how we heat our homes, how we grow our food, even how we think about basic everyday problems we've been taught require expensive modern solutions. This channel exists to dig into stories exactly like this one, the overlooked, the misunderstood, and the quietly brilliant ideas hiding in plain sight, whether they're buried underground or buried in old forgotten knowledge. If this story made you look at your own backyard a little differently, or made you question what other simple solutions might be hiding in plain sight around you, that's exactly the kind of curiosity this channel is built on. So here's what I want you to do right now. Drop a comment below and tell me, would you actually try something like this in your own backyard, or does it sound too good to be true? I read every single comment, and honestly, some of the best story ideas on this channel have come directly from viewers, sharing their own experiences and questions. If this video opened your eyes to something you never thought about before, do me a favor and share it with one person who complains about their electricity bill every single summer, because chances are they've never heard of this either. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because there are dozens more stories just like this one, ideas hiding in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered, one video at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.